There were even those who said that his name, once a symbol of guilt, began to be whispered in prayers as a sign that no one is beyond divine mercy. His death was serene, silent, with no procession or honors. But something in that small house in Vienna seemed touched by something far greater. The freedmen, moved and faithful to a promise made years before, gathered Pilate's writings, letters, confessions, reflections. Some were given to Christian travelers. Others were preserved as relics in small communities in southern Gaul. Over time, stories began to circulate. Some said Pilate died a Christian. Others claimed he had visions before death. There were even those who said that his name, once a symbol of guilt, began to be whispered in prayers as a sign that no one is beyond divine mercy. But perhaps the most surprising thing came from Rome. Years after his death, rumors of the ex-prefect's writings reached persecuted Christians. An old bishop, moved by the story, wrote in one of his sermons, "If even Pilate could weep before the truth, why not us? If the man who washed his hands dared to face his soul before dying, perhaps there is still time for me and for you." That sentence was repeated in prayer circles, as if a door had opened, not to exalt Pilate, but to remind us that conversion is possible, even in the final breath. Today, centuries later, the name Pontius Pilate is still remembered in every mass, every creed, every testimony of faith. Suffered under Pontius Pilate. A phrase that echoes not as a condemnation of one man, but as a reminder that our lives always cross paths with the truth, and it's up to us to decide what to do when that happens. Pilate chose fear, then silence, then the search, and perhaps finally, faith. And that's why his story still lives.